The tourism sector, which was hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic before recovering in style, the war in northern Ethiopia affected it the most. The fact that the Amhara, Tigray and Afar regions, where many tourists flock to, have been mired in a war for the past 2 years has challenged not only them, but the entire Ethiopian tourism sector. The news released by the international media about the war, the Leave the Country campaign and travel warnings posted by the embassies and international organizations in Ethiopia on their social media pages affected all the tourist attractions where there was no war. Following the peace agreement between the Ethiopian government and the TPLF, the tourism sector is being revitalized, and especially the areas that were directly affected during the war are returning to their previous peaceful activities. As a demonstration of this, it is possible to mention the Epiphany Festival, which was celebrated peacefully in different areas of the country, and also the Christmas Festival, which was celebrated colorfully in Lalibela city in Amhara region. At this time, in different corners of the country, tourists are coming. Some tourists said that they did not have much of fear security while coming to the country for a visit after the peace agreement.
Things were a lot better, and then once we heard that hotels were reopening in Lalibela, we were like, we've got to go, we've got to support the, so many people here rely on tourism for jobs, and as you can see, a really peaceful event. We weren't scared at all. We felt really good about it.
No, we weren't scared. We had heard that things had gotten a lot more stable and there were daily flights running, so I think once the flights started happening again, we just knew that.
The tourists also expressed their hope that the agreement reached between the Ethiopian government and the TPLF would restore tourism activity to its former position.
With the peace agreement, the country is more in a peace period, so I think this has to attract tourists, and they have to come and they have to discover, because Ethiopia is a wonderful country. It offers culture, it offers beautiful things, the nature, it offers a lot. So I think that it's very attractive for tourists, and I hope from now on people will be not afraid anymore to come, because we have this agreement.
Ethiopia's tourism authority said that the industry lost $2 billion during the past 2 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the war. With the November peace deal between the Ethiopian federal government and the TPLF, the Ministry of Tourism is ramping up efforts to revive the industry disrupted by the war.
This area was affected by COVID pandemic and also because of war activity. Simply the sector was very affected, and around here finding tourists was a very difficult thing for the last 2 years. And for now we're as a ministry working to boost the number of tourists, whether it is local or international.
We had a war recently, and also there were COVID-19, the global pandemic that hurts the tourism sector. So this time we mainly focus on restarting tourism to rejuvenate the tourism life back to normality.
The Federal Ministry of Tourism stated that the ambassadors and diplomats residing in Addis Ababa were invited to attend this year's Christmas celebration in Lalibela to witness that the country does not have any security threats.
We focus mainly on working with ambassadors because most of the embassies which based in Addis in Ethiopia were putting a travel ban, not their citizens to come and visit the country. If you see the tourist map of the country, majority of the places are red and yellow, which strictly advise their citizens not to come and visit. Now we want to remove these travel bans by trying to bring close to 10 ambassadors this time alone to see how these places looks like how the northern Ethiopia looks like, how Lalibela looks like now. It's very peaceful following the peace agreement. We are very grateful to that. So following this, they have to make sure also by their own eyes, seeing the readiness of the society to welcome guests, and also how peaceful it is.
We invited ambassadors and diplomats which are reside in Addis Ababa, so that they can visit, witness what we have here, a peaceful situation, and also people gathered here and celebrating Christmas. So we want to send a message for the country, for some country from which their ambassadors are here. They recommended their nation, their citizens, not to come to here because of the war and everything. So to see things here and send a message to their own country so that the tourists can visit us more. So this is our promotional activities.
The Federal Ministry of Tourism is working together with the relevant parties to strengthen the flow of tourism.